Hello and welcome to JoeScentMe. My name is Joe and I am your host for today. Today I want to talk to you specifically about one ultra luxury brand experience that I had recently. And I want to talk to you about the Spirit of Dubai. This fragrance line I came across by actually just looking through on Instagram and seeing that others have posted pictures of these fantastic looking bottles. A while back I told you in my Q&A that we shop with our eyes. And let me tell you, the bottles are fantastic and it is one of the focal points of this brand. They pride themselves on creating the top quality product in a presentation that is incredible as well. The fragrance line consists of 7 fragrances. This is the 7 that I've tried out. They also have an even more upper end, high end fragrance line that's coming, 7 more as well that are even more high-end. Every single fragrance has a story, down to the bottle design. Everything was designed in a way to tell the story of what's inside. You'll notice as I show you these pictures of the bottles as they come up, the attention to detail that goes into making them. I know for some people that you may think that these are expensive bottles or expensive bottles of perfume and it's all because of the bottle design. That's a small aspect of it, but what you are really getting with this perfume is the story. You're getting everything, the whole package that this company wanted you to get. And I believe they are definitely worth what you're paying for, because when you wear what you wear and you feel amazing and you get the compliments and it's just a confidence booster, it's an extra level to your wardrobe that I think makes a statement, quite a statement too, by the way. So just to give you an idea of just how high-end the high-end collection is, and this is the collection I have not tried yet, but I'm looking forward to trying, and I hope someday that I get to try all 7 of those as well, because I'm just in love with this fragrance brand. Their fragrances from that high-end line start at $925 a bottle, and they go up all the way to $1,365 US. The fragrance line that I tried out starts at $275 for a 50 milliliter bottle and goes all the way up to $845 for a 100 milliliter bottle. So I'm gonna go over the 7 fragrances that I tried out. So before I do, I just wanted to tell you that you can find these fragrances in select boutiques in the Middle East, in Dubai of course, because it is the Spirit of Dubai. You can also find them in Europe, in parts of Europe. London, England has a location that sells them, as well as Spain and Italy and a few other countries in Europe. And yes, I spoke to the guys at the Spirit of Dubai and I believe they are coming to the United States as well. Don't know yet exactly where, but you will be able to buy these fragrances in the United States as well, which is gonna be very, very exciting because these fragrances are really, really special and they're definitely worth trying. All 7 of these fragrances are unisex and all of them have a very, very long longevity. I've worn them for about 12 hours and I could still smell it on me, and I put a very little amount on me because these are very, very strong. It's a very concentrated eau de parfum. It's very, very good. The quality is also very good. Okay, so on day 1 I wore Majalis. Just so you know, I'm gonna include the notes on each fragrance because I can't possibly go over every single one. But when I tell you that they are so packed full of ingredients and layers, I mean, these are the most complex fragrances I've ever smelled. I would say these fragrances are definitely not for everyone. I believe that it takes the right kind of person to wear it. Majalis starts off with a bunch of fruity notes at the top. It's kind of nice to know that it's not citrus bomb as everybody else starts off with a citrus bomb at the beginning. This starts off kind of very fruity. And then you get into the floral and the spice from the saffron, and you get into the florals as well. Lastly, you're getting the oud, you're getting the leather, you're getting some musk as well, and a bunch of other ingredients. This thing has a ton of ingredients and a lot of complexity in the fragrance. That was the first thing I noticed when I sprayed these things, is that there's layers and layers of scents that are coming at me at different times of the day. And it's kind of neat to see how that works, because you really do get everything that they put in here. The classification of this fragrance would be an oriental, leather, coffee, date kind of fragrance. This is dates. Not dates as in like go out on a date. Sure, you can wear it on a date, but dates as in the fruit. So you get the dates, the coffee, you get the leathery fragrance as well. On day 2, I wore Abrage. Abrage, if you want to say it, Abrage correctly. Abrage. This is an oriental, cipher, woody, aromatic fragrance. This actually starts off with black pepper, saffron, cardamom. Then it goes into the rose and the thyme. And then at the base notes, you get the oud, oak, and patchouli. There's also a ton of other ingredients as well in this, and you'll see them in the notes below. You get a ton of great stuff in this thing. I like this fragrance too. It was very different. It didn't remind me of anything else that I've worn. That's very interesting about this. Because of their uniqueness to these fragrances, they really don't smell like somebody else's fragrance, which is, I think, is kind of cool. On day 3, I wore Meydan, and Meydan was a very interesting fragrance because I thought of this one to be the most leathery of them all. So the classification of this fragrance is an oriental, leather, ambery fragrance. I really did like this one as well. There's hardly anything I didn't like. There's also grapefruit on the top notes. There's saffron as well. And then the middle notes get kind of woody because you get the cypress, cedar wood, agar wood, which is basically the wood that oud comes from. And then you get jasmine and other things as well. And in the base notes, this is where it gets really good, because this is some of my favorite stuff right here in the base notes is the oud, musk, patchouli, vanilla, tonka, and amber. Those are all my favorites. So this thing had an awesome dry down. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So now we go to oud, which is their most expensive one. This is $845 for a full-size bottle of this. They also come in different sizes for the oud specifically, because they have a fragrance oil-only version, which comes in a very, very small bottle. I don't even know where to begin with this one, because this is a very interesting one. Oud is one of those things that if it's done right, it smells amazing. And if it's done horribly, it's just horrible. Now, I know that some of the best ouds come from the Middle East, and I believe that this fragrance specifically takes the right person who really, really knows their oud to wear it. Because when you first spray it, it can be very off-putting. Just wanted to warn you there. It can be, but it's not. The reason why you're smelling what you smell is because of the purity of this fragrance. So you may smell things that kind of smell like poop, but it's not poop. So I promise you, there's no poop in this. When it dries down, just have patience, because this fragrance requires a great amount of patience and the right kind of person to wear it. I think that the quality is there, but it's just not my type of oud. I believe that it takes a special kind of person to wear this specific oud fragrance. But that doesn't mean it's not good. It's a really good oud. It's a really high quality oud, and it's the reason why this is their most expensive fragrance in this line. On the next day, I wore Rimal. Rimal is an oriental, spicy, woody fragrance. Rimal also happened to be my absolute favorite from the bunch, and it also happens to be the least expensive from the bunch at just $275 for a 50 milliliter bottle. Not bad, but well worth it. This was my favorite fragrance, and everything about it I loved from the beginning to the end. I mean, everything about it I loved. And in fact, I received the most compliments on this specific fragrance. It starts off with vanilla, fruity notes, white flowers, nutmeg, cinnamon. So it starts off with a spicy sweet opening. Then it goes into patchouli and incense and rose. And then it goes again into the sweet with the caramel, leather, amber, vetiver, sandalwood, musk, and agarwood. The oud notes that are in this agarwood is very subtle. This is not overpowering. It's not a strong oud, but it is my favorite. I love, 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 love Rimal, and I want a bottle. I want a full bottle of this, 100 milliliters of this. I just love, love Rimal. In fact, you've got to try it. Go out and smell it and let me know what you think if you smell this thing. Rimal is just the bomb diggity. It's amazing. On the next day, I wore Bahar. Bahar is a watery, woody, amber-based fragrance. Bahar is the only fragrance in this whole bunch that actually reminded me of something else that I have. And it will shock you how similar it is. But I believe that the quality of this is definitely above and beyond anything I've ever smelled. Bahar reminded me very much of Entaba by Rasasi. Imagine Entaba by Rasasi being a ultra high-end niche version of it. So very, very similar opening notes, very, very similar closing notes. Bahar is a great summer scent. I'll give it that. For summer and spring, perfect. This will work excellent for that. And last but not least, I wore Fakama. Fakama is an oriental, spicy, floral, woody fragrance. It is their second most expensive fragrance in the line, and you can absolutely tell why, because this smells like $1 million. You smell all the richness of the fragrance here. You get the Turkish rose and the Bulgarian rose on the top notes. You even get oud in the top. In the middle, you get vanilla, vetiver, patchouli. But in the base notes, you get the amber, you get musk, you also get caramelized sugar and different things to sweeten it up. So it dries down wonderfully. So this was my third favorite fragrance, Rimal being my first, the second one being Bahar, the third one being Fakama. Definitely this was in my top 3. I hope that you go out and try these fragrances. I hope you find them in Dubai. I believe it's at the Mall of Dubai. If you go there, there's a boutique there. There's a bunch of boutiques actually in Dubai and in various parts of the Middle East as well. If you're in London, definitely check them out. It's worth trying. They have a great story. They are a very high quality company. They pride themselves on their packaging and their design. In fact, they've won awards for how beautiful their designs are for their boxes and their packaging and all that. So definitely check them out. Leave a comment below if you've tried them, if you know anything about them. If you don't know anything about them, just leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a like. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have a ton of reviews coming up. And I can't wait for you to check them all out. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.